Are there any movies, TV shows, games that you've enjoyed with your parents and that you've been introduced to or you introduced to them?
100%, and both my parents are here in the audience.
Our parents are in the
and they'll know
audience,
this.
yes.
They, my dad turned me on to Terry Gilliam's work early, which was really, really key. And both my parents used to watch Monty Python's Flying Circus on the BBC, or not on the BBC. I grew up in Cockney, England, because that's a place. So they both watched Monty Python's Flying Circus on PBS back when I was a kid, and I would always sneak in and when I was supposed to be asleep, and because I was always fascinated how they were able to eat popcorn even though it was clearly bedtime. So I would watch segments of the Monty Python's Flying Circus, and I always was highly confused because I was very young, and I was like, why are those guys in dresses and banging on the ceiling? And when I found it later,
Explains a lot, actually.
Yeah. When I found it again later, as I was older, I realized what they were doing. So definitely Monty Python's Flying Circus and Terry Gilliam.
Yeah.
Well, my mom is here, so I can say that I think I owe my love for Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and the Pirates of Penzance probably to my mom. I cannot attribute her for any sort of love that I might have for Dirty Dancing or Pretty Woman, because I've yet to see those movies because she forbade me from seeing them. And I should honor my father, who's not here, and say that he introduced me to The Fly, I thought I was not allowed to see the Jeff Goldblum, Cronenberg, The Fly, because it was R-rated, but it looked amazing. And he forced me to see the original, and I was so against it, and I'm so thankful that he did, because the original Fly is freaking badass. So that and Mysterious Island, which is another old, awesome movie.
Cool.
I will never forget the day that my mom waited in line for me to see a very special early screening of Karate Kid 2. And I was not told that was the movie that we were going to see. I was told that we were doing something else, but we had to get in the car, and we had to get ready, and my mom had been gone all day, and it was some sort of free, I don't know can't remember the details, she can probably tell me later, but it was some sort of free screening of Karate Kid 2 that was gonna sell out. So she went down really early and stood in line, and I was not told that's what we were doing, and we drove down, my sister, my dad, and I drove down to meet my mom, and we got out of the car and saw on the marquee it said Karate Kid 2, and it was the greatest day of my life.
Awesome. Great question, Max.